Listening to exterior music. We are live. We are live. You are still sitting on Live in the DTV. I'm Jabril. Today we're going to be joined by Mr. Maurice E Jones, who's author of What Can I Be? I Can Be Anything, a book currently on Amazon. He will come in and tell us all about his book. Maurice wrote this book to encourage all children to reach their goals and fulfill their dreams. He feels that all children have hidden gems within themselves to be successful. And believing that every child must be nurtured, loved, taught, and encouraged to achieve anything they want to achieve. He'll be joining us in just a second, right here on Live in the DTV. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll come back with Mr. Maurice.
Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Did you take some time to discover you, sweetheart? Neckline. Cause if they don't And you are
All right, we are live. We are live. You're still sitting on live in the DTV. We thank you so much for joining us. As said before, we went on a quick music break. We are joined today by author Maurice Jones, author of What Can I Be? I Can Be Anything, a book to encourage young children to reach their goals and fulfill their dreams. He is joining us today. Good morning, Mr. Maurice. How you doing?
Good morning, sir. How are you today?
We're good. We're good. Oh, I'm gonna pull this here. Our mic. All right. So tell us a little bit about your book.
Well, my book, like you said, is a book to inspire our kids to be whatever they
Excellent. And as we were talking, to take a moment to kind of flip through a little bit, and you can see some of the different careers and specialties. Sorry, there we go. Careers and specialties in this book. And as you said, some of them have been the first scientist, the first astrologist, first keyboardist, first lawyer. So, how did this book come about for you? Like, what was the inspiration for you?
Well, actually, I never set out to write a children's.
Was it, did you have that, like, oh, I'm going to write a book, a children's book, or you just know I need to create something?
Basically, I needed to create something. Like I say, the book was put on my heart, and because I didn't even have the
Talk to you about what you just touched on, the research and the attitude, but it even says on the front of your book, positive attitude, positive energy, positive results.
that's a motto I live by, whether I'm at work or at home. That's something I just live by. If you have a positive attitude and you bring positive energy, you'll get positive results. And it doesn't matter what you do. That's something I live by.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so you say you had to learn how to write your name, how to walk again, and all that. And I think that sometimes we get these messages to children, but as adults, we often forget that it is about positive attitudes. It's about positive energy. It's about just showing up and getting positive results.
Absolutely. I knew I had lost the ability at that particular time to write and to read and to walk, but I never gave up on myself.
Liz, when you share this.
Well, actually, it's been good. You capture, I'm being a long time chef. People eat with their eyes.
Okay.
So looking at my book, the first thing they do, they look and say, "Wow, they're interested in the cover."
Right.
And so that draws them in there. And when you down and on them the opportunity or the privilege.
Where do you share it? Where do you sell your
Well,
that transition or even that shared experience you know arts, that's something you lose. Man, culinary artists, people maybe look at you like, oh, how do you do both?
oh well, that love for cooking, my mom taught me to
Things
leadership skills, mentoring. I featured our magazine in the early 2000s as the chef, well as book has just not get into any of this. So it's always great to be acknowledged.
absolutely.
You put something out.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your award,
Oh,
on
thank
your
you.
impact, on your history, and then just the acknowledgement I want to make. Not keep staying down. Like you said, you had your stroke, and you were something was in you. You said, "No, I want to create something
Oh,
that I'll be remembered by." Obviously, people remember chefs because of the amazing cooking, but this is something people a piece of you that people can keep with them.
absolutely.
You know, so congratulations and thank you on that for creating. Anything you want to tell viewers, our audience, absolutely not wishing you off. You're obviously a very busy man.
Well, again, you will see me around town, book events, but the main goal is to never give up on yourself. been in different little accidents, and sometimes people have a tendency to give up on you. But never give up on yourself. Keep following your dreams, reach your goals, keep believing in yourself, and you will succeed. Just don't give up.
Absolutely. Well, yes, sir. We thank you so much for that advice and acknowledgement, and we so much appreciate what you've done here, what you created. By Maurice Jones, What Can I Be? I Can Be Anything on Amazon. So you can get this book on Amazon, and he will be at, like you said, different book events. When is the Highland Park
It's
event?
on February the 22nd at the I do not have the information with me, but
Okay. Yeah, we'll make sure you share with us. We'll make sure we share it.
okay.
Okay.
Great.
And yeah, so the event in Highland Park, 22nd. Oh, yeah. The I saw this the other day. It's a book. Yeah, I didn't have the I don't see it on it, but yeah. The Great Book Series, Saturday, February 22nd, and in Ernest Ford Fieldhouse. And you'll be a part of this whole event, and you can catch Mr. Maurice Jones so he can autograph it for you,
Absolutely.
of course. And then we will be seeing you all there. And thank you again, Mr. Maurice, for joining us today. Is there anything else you'd like to share? Oh, how do we keep contact, get in contact with you, follow you on social media, all that?
Check me out on Facebook, Author Jones. To get to Instagram at MoLove, MOEUV 811 on Instagram.
Okay.
So you can look at check me out on that. But also, I would like for you. There's a lot of wonderful authors of color out here at these different events. So not just me. Come check them out as well. They have some beautiful stories to tell and to share with our children. So please come out and support them as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for your support on our channel. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna talk more about literature and possibly have another guest for you. I'm Jabril. Stay with us. All right, we are back. We are back. You are still sitting on live in the DTV. I am Jabril. We thank you for sitting with us and joining us. Up next, our next guest has their own nonprofit organization, Warm Hearts Helping Hands. They help to make a difference with their March Wellness Fair is a community-driven event focused on improving the physical, mental, and emotional well-being of individuals and families, particularly in underserved communities. Our goal is to provide accessible wellness resources, educational workshops, and hands-on activities that empower attendees to taking charge of their health. And we are now joined by the founder of that organization and the host of this event happening on March 29th. So it's a little ways away, but sharing it now to help make the difference. Miss, and I want to get the name right, Adani? I'm sorry. Looking at that. Alani. How you doing today, Miss Alani?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. So tell us a little bit about your event, Warm Heart Helping Hands.
This was called to me based on recent hypertension, high blood pressure, it's on the cardiac arrest things.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we look at our they don't tend to take very good care of their mental health. And then we're also making sure that we're putting on more of a forefront and advocating for men's mental health as well.
Absolutely.
Our Black men, we lean on you guys to be so strong and to help us get through so many things. But we need to remember that for you guys also need to take care of your mental health and also just being here.
Mm-hmm.
As youth in general, I think we have this idea that we'll be here forever.
Yeah.
It's that fountain of youth that everybody talks about, but we have to remember that
Right.
everything can be taken away from us so easily.
Mm-hmm.
The air in our lungs can be hard to
Yes.
breathe in. Some people struggle drinking, water, doing basic walking. I mean, most people, that little jog they do from their car to their job takes them out nearly.
Right.
So just remembering to take care of us and love one another is really event for March. Make sure that I here to have a annual checkup.
Right.
That usually stops for us once we get to college. By the time you get to college or college age, unless you have to get physical for, let's say, athletics,
Right.
the likelihood and one of my close regulars in there actually had to check in on their resident one day, and they discovered that they passed to cardiac arrest. college.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that are happening at a more regular rate. And so to be able to do something for my community where I'm actually giving people the opportunity to check in and actually see where their health is actually.
Right.
Not just that, oh, nothing's hurting, or I've had this cough for a while, but it doesn't bother me type of thing. Like, no, I want you to know where you're at because
Right.
I want you to do better, because I want you to be
You do, and you want to make the difference. So, is your background in medicine? Are you studying medicine at college or nursing
No.
student?
Ironically enough, my MBA is in digital marketing and strategic branding,
Uh-huh.
and I double majored in undergrad in marketing and music business.
Oh.
This passion for our health actually came from some of my student engagement experience.
Mm-hmm.
Did wellness fairs on campus for about the last 2 years for sure.
Right.
And watching students try to explain where their health is in detail often highlights that there's something wrong that's not being addressed.
Right.
You should not have a cough that like picking apart things and like, hey, you're actually not okay. Did you know that you weren't okay?
Right.
And I watched some students actually take better care of themselves. I watched some students like, hey, like I stopped vaping. Thank you for actually having me acknowledge those things. Or I watched students be more mindful about their diet on campus. Pizza is everywhere on college campuses. It's something that's hard to run away from.
Right.
But that's your meal, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
The week.
Yeah.
We might want to miss that.
Mm-hmm. So, a background mainly marketing media and just a passion for showing up in healthcare. How did the two combine? Obviously, that you saw the need in as you're at college. So, what can we do now? So, being at this health fair, March 29th, what do you and how can we get it since?
Where I'm at.
They might not click because
For underserved communities, which is a large part of the mission statement for Warm Hearts Helping Hands, is to show up and represent and highlight underserved communities. What I mean by that is those that we do not see often in the media.
Right.
When we see insurance, especially healthcare insurance ads, largely they are two kids, a white male and a female as the parents. That's usually what we see. And naturally, they have this huge house. And I was speaking with a preventative cardiology department last week
Okay.
about this event and seeing how they can help. And they were telling me that a lot of patients that they are seeing more recently are not elders. It's people in their 20s and 30s. So if we're not getting old, and the only thing that we're seeing is for us is our elders,
Right.
and then families that look nothing like us, and we don't have those huge houses, we can't afford premium health care.
Right.
Then what is the representation for us? So that is what I mean in underserved. It's really underrepresented. And that doesn't necessarily have to look like people of color, but that's also just different dynamics that is not well.
Right. And that's so interesting. You brought two things to my mind. I was listening to a talk this morning, and the guy who was on a business, the guy was asking him, well, how do you know find time for fitness and being so busy? He said, my advice to you is to get in shape between 18 and 24, and then just maintain those same practices, because it's with college schedules, and your life's only going to get busier. I'm 30 years old. I turned 30 last year. Your life's only going to get busier after you leave college. So it's you want to develop good habits there, and that'll carry you into being healthy, because the guy is really big and thick. He's like, I go to the gym maybe an hour a day now. It's like when I used to go and 18 to 24 lifting and trying to get the size that I want it to be, and now everything else is just maintenance. So you just want to develop a good schedule. And then the other thing I think that comes up, and I hear a lot personally, is, well, I can't really afford insurance. I'm young. I got time. That like, no. How old was the young person that unfortunately passed in your
about 18? And I had another friend of mine who passed away, and I'm not even sure if he made it to 21.
Right. So
it's these things. And I seen a pastor online a couple of weeks ago, and he said that his father told him that he had gout, and he was like, "Oh, you're going to get this by the time you get to my age." And he told his dad respectfully, "No, no, I'm not." And he's like, "No, this is genetic. How you going to tell me?" It's not genetic. It's the habits that was passed on to you, that you continue to do, that you think you're going to pass on to me, but I'm taking better care of myself.
Absolutely.
So actually, a lot of this stuff was very preventable. And you chose to keep going in the path that was already laid in front of you, but I don't like that path, so I'm going to do better. And it's just a matter of us taking that initiative. I know a lot of my cousins, aunts, great aunts all have diabetes or are pre-diabetic. I do not want that for myself.
Right.
I don't even want that for them. For those of them that are pre-diabetic, let's get you out of there. Let's change your habits. Let's help out with your diet. That everybody ahead of you gain. Can we fix that so that doesn't happen to you, so that your kids can see better and they can know, oh, it doesn't have to be like this. We can stay in shape for longer.
Right. Absolutely. And then that's the other thing that I'm glad that young man was able to tell his, see his dad, like, no, I don't want that for myself. So I don't put that on me. But also, a lot of times, children form the habits of their parents. So if we're showing them, oh, the cheese and the pizza, most likely that's what they're gonna do. But if we show them, hey, this is actually better, because I'll be honest, I was guilty of it for the first year I moved out of my parents' house. I'm just gonna get a pizza or make me some quick tacos or something. It was every day, and then I realized, I look up, I haven't been to the doctor in 3 years. I just eat something quick because I want to throw together a pizza, or I want to just heat something up in the microwave because I'm just tired. In the last couple of 6 months, I said I'm gonna take better health, not get the soda. I'll get apple juice. I'll get grape juice. I'll get some, some electrolyte drink. And one, the mood feels better, and I think the mood goes back to your energy. It goes back to wanting to be in the gym, and then okay, let me go ahead and sign up for my doctor's appointments and get back on track with that. I see you have educational workshops and resources, hands-on activities, because I think a lot of times maybe what the issue is for us, for what I hear, young people, I don't have insurance. And there are different ways, I'm not gonna say to get around that, but different resources we can have. There are clinics you can go to that, you do the pay later, or sometimes there are free clinics or other things. So is that what we can expect from this event as well?
Yes, you can. With this budget,
Right.
it will do so.
Yeah.
And it will go down and it'll itemize everything. It'll put it all together and it'll give you like, hey, this is the margin of error. So it might cost an extra $5 here for tax or whatever reason based off where you're at.
Right.
But that's a big help for a lot of people to know I can feed my family for less than I'm spending eating out. And these meals are easy. They're quick.
Yeah.
I don't have to be the greatest chef, but it's stuff that I can dump in a pot or a couple pans, throw it in the oven, and I'm done.
Yeah.
And I know that my family is well fed and we're meeting the dietary needs for us. That could be low sodium.
Right.
A lot. If you eat a lot of fast food or quick food, the salt levels in what you're eating is high.
Right.
So if you're not drinking at least a gallon a day and you're consuming all of those foods regularly, you are gonna have an issue.
Yeah.
So there's just different things that we will have tables for. Some will be a bit more informative or hands-on. So I have talked to some trainers that are willing to show people a couple quick workout plans that they can do either from their desk while they're in breaks at work or just 30 minutes of movement.
Yes.
30 minutes of movement a day is life-changing. And that doesn't have to be crazy weightlifting. That's just walking around your apartment. You can do laps around your living room while you're watching a show. That will change your entire life in a way that most people don't think. I think when we think of consistency and giving that 100%, but if you're working
right. Yeah, and it's like you said, the consistency, you think just high volume. We think high volume everything because that's what we want, right, in America, but we want the biggest cars and the most money. It's like for your health, if you, again, it's maintenance a lot of times. And then if you lost it, then you have to probably do a higher volume in the beginning, but you don't go to high volume and plateau. You high volume, and then you can bring it down. And sometimes you'll like it, so you stay at a high volume. But most of the time, it's again just it's about a balance, creating something that you can work around, and I can work with you, like you said, Chat GPT. That can probably be a weekly thing that can just break down my budget for this week, what I need to do grocery shopping, and then meal plan. And there you go. Now you have 4 or 5, 6 meals. You don't have to eat the same thing every day.
You don't.
Yeah. Okay. So what do we still need to get this event together? What are you looking for as far as assistance, as far as the professionals, the healthcare professionals, clinics, and whoever else you might need to make your event a success?
Still on the hunt for some more them to preferably
how can we keep up with you, Miss Alani, and people can reach out to you and give you any assistance that they can, and yeah, and keep up with everything you're doing.
I have been very diligent on our Warm Hearts Helping Hands Instagram.
Mhm.
I try to be pretty consistent, that be able to coach it, be motivated, and see the different things that we do.
Yep.
Every month, I focus on different people reach because it's my goal that we can be a resource to the community. People in a need, and I can find help.
Mhm.
A lot of times, that's just being a beacon of hope.
Right.
And a lot of times, we need that more often than we see it,
Mhm.
let alone we get it.
Excellent.
So if anyone wants to keep up with where the organization is at or want to reach out, that'd be a great resource. It's at Warm Hearts Helping Hands on Instagram. In practice since
Okay.
November. We did a couple hygiene packet drives, and then we moved on to for January trying to get resources to a family who lost their home in a fire. That's been our big initiative for this month. For next month, we're doing another hygiene packet drive for the unhoused community, making sure that they have everything that they need. But that will be in partnership with another nonprofit. So we're looking forward to that. And then obviously for March, this fair is very critical. That's also Women's History Month.
Yes.
So making sure that we remember
Yes.
it's in what you do now.
This invitation and people can hold me to this. Anytime you have an event going on and you want to share and you want to come back, feel free to reach out to us. We're assistance with being that hub to get the word out on any health fairs, any screenings, any initiatives positively that you have to help the community. You can come back here, share it, or if you don't want to, can't or don't want to physically come on the show to send over as a read their shows. We'll be happy to share it. All right. Thank you. I'm going to take a quick music break and then come back with Miss know. We are back. We are back. You are still sitting on live on the DTV. I want to thank Miss Alani for coming on with us and talking about the initiatives over at Warm Hearts Helping Hands. Be sure to check her out on Instagram, of course, at Warm Hearts Helping Hands, or on LinkedIn, Alani Ladd, and reach out and see what assistance you can give their organization. That is about all the time we have here today, though. Before we go, we're going to get Mr. Abdul's final thought. What you got for us, Mr. Abdul?
Yes, sir. I got my final thought is always stand up for yourself. Don't be afraid to stand up for others.
Okay. I like it. And you know what? We're going to end right on that. I'm Jabril. We'll be back next week. See you soon.